An explosion has hit a bus carrying Israeli tourists at an airport in the Bulgarian city of Burgas on the Black Sea. At least 4 people were killed and 20 injured in the blast. Well, for more details on this, let's cross live to RT's Paula Sleer. Paula, what's the latest on this tragedy?
Well, the latest figures we have are that between 4 and 7 people have been killed and at least 30 people have been rushed to hospital, of whom 5 are in a critical condition. We're talking here of a group of some 200 Israeli tourists who had just arrived in the Bulgarian city of Burgas. They had boarded 3 buses and they hadn't even left the parking lot when one of those buses exploded and the other 2 erupted into flames. Here in Israel, the country's gone into a state of emergency. There's been a hotline that's been set up. Plans are in place to send a plane to Bulgaria to bring back the survivors, and almost by the minute those survivors are phoning Israeli radio stations and television networks, crying hysterically, saying that there are bodies lying all over the ground, that there are people screaming, that there are clothes that have been ripped. They're being held in a holding cell in the airport and they're too frightened to leave, saying that they're afraid to open their suitcases. Really, the mood is one of panic, certainly reminiscent of the kind of situation you have when suicide bombings went off here in Israel in the past. The airport itself has been closed and there is a lot of criticism being leveled by the Israeli government towards not only the Bulgarian airport security but also European airport security.
Well, now that Israel has accused Iran, so we're hearing, of being behind this blast, surely this is going to stoke tensions between the two countries even further.
Well, what we are hearing is the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying that Iran is behind this blast, and the speculation is that it is the work of a suicide bomber. The question, though, is just how far Netanyahu is going to go in those claims that at this moment are unsubstantiated. For months now, he's been hinting at a possible strike on Iran because of that country's nuclear program, and certainly what we're likely to see in the coming days is commentary over whether or not this incident will further give Netanyahu justification if indeed he intends to go that route. We're hearing from eyewitnesses, quite a few, who say that there was a man who boarded the bus and shortly thereafter it exploded. So it does seem to be the work of at least one suicide bomber. The former head of the Israeli security agency, the Mossad, says he believes it's the work of either Hezbollah or Al-Qaeda, and Israeli experts will be making their way to Bulgaria, where they will be examining the evidence and the materials that were used in this blast to ascertain exactly who was behind it. Right now, the government is holding an emergency meeting to try and deal with the situation and calm the fears of this public.
Paula Sleer, live from Nazareth. Thanks very much indeed for that update.